Oh, hello. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinium. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour. And today, we are playing another episode of Dreams in Machines Dark Promises. In a far-off future, on a far-off planet, long after a rather dark period, but now we have people trying to survive in an otherwise strange world. Hidden in the shadows of forested hills near the Lagos Rivero that bisects the Bella Lagos region, Sam and Acacia have taken it upon themselves to venture to the settlement of Footweaver on behalf of New Astoria in hopes of securing a true solution to the mysterious mist. However, as they traveled wide of the mist and fog, their beads reacted painfully. Worse yet, the waker that assailed them days ago hunted them down again. In the wake of its wreckage, Sam now faces Acacia, his mind not his own. And this is a 3-threat game. So, last we left off, Sam was leveling his thermal lance at Acacia and saying we need to go back to the fog.
Question, am I spending spirit or threat for any actions here if I decide
threat.
to spend something? Okay.
And Acacia, I'll let you act first in this combat, since Sam acting in his strange way is giving you an opportunity to comply with his demand or do something about it.
I'm gonna check something. One moment. Okay. Okay. I will say refresh my memory, Sam. Have you pulled a weapon on me yet?
Yeah, I'm threatening you with my thermal lance. I believe.
I will shoot.
That's where
I will shoot at you with the tinkle heads on my bow. So I don't want you to die, but I also don't want you to hit me with your thermal lance. So.
Fair enough. And there's a bunch of records and Big Walker around, right?
Yep.
Yep. So Sam would definitely be trying to get behind cover.
That feels like an opposed roll to me. Because you are very aware that she's armed, you're very aware of her abilities, and you're... So that feels like... some sort of roll, some sort of fight roll. Wait, there's a freaking short sheet somewhere. Ha ha ha.
Quickness fight usually for ranged.
Quickness fight. I think quickness fight for you opposing makes sense because you're trying to dive out of the way so you don't get hit. That makes sense to me.
I'm defender, so I go first, right?
Yep.
Ah, there it is. Quickness fight. I'll buy a die with threat.
Certainly. Boop.
Yeah. 2.
Okay. I will buy 2 dice with spirit.
Oh, nicely
Yeah,
done.
that was overkill, but whatever. Sure. So
beat by
spending 2 of those. Yeah,
so beat it by 3, generated 3 momentum.
that's good. So that since I used the entangle heads, that does entangle 4 to you,
Okay.
but non-lethal.
How do you? So that means I would need to spend 4 threat to avoid the injury. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Double checking because you are being hijacked a bit here.
Right.
Yeah, NPCs may avoid injuries in a similar way, but they spend threat rather than spirit. Yeah. So it costs 4 to avoid the injury.
Okay. I have on deck. Eh. So, how big and bad is this drive?
You feel that this is important. That this is what you're supposed to do.
Okay, yeah, in that case, I'll spend 4 threat to avoid the entanglement.
So you notice Sam ducks and dives out of the way, rolls behind some cover, and you kind of fake out the shot to kind of make him do the dive, and then when he pops back out again, you let go of the arrow, and then it's almost like something grabs him by the scruff of his neck and yanks him off his feet to the floor. Like it's a very unnatural dodging. It's a thing a human would normally do to dodge. He's literally throwing himself to his back to avoid being shot, and then kind of pops up to his feet again. If you want to follow-up attack, you would have to spend some resources to attack again. Otherwise, it's going back to him.
How much threat remains?
Current threat is a number. It is 1 currently.
Sure, I'll spend 2 momentum to follow up.
I believe it's momentum. That sounds correct.
Yeah,
Hey.
I just looked at it.
I believe your difficulty is increased by 1. Hey,
Correct.
I found the bit I needed way too late, but oh well, I know where it is now. It's at the top of characters. Anyway. Yeah, so... you're firing at him again?
Mm-hmm.
You know the deal, Sam. You're being shot at. Oh no.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend 1 die again.
There goes the threat.
And I will spend 2 more spirit. Actually, yeah, 2 more. Well, I'll wait until I see what
Yeah,
you get
but-
on your defense.
Yeah, if your rolls.
Just 1 this
One.
time.
Alright, I will spend 1 spirit for 1 die. Nice.
Generate him. Oh no, you just nailed it on the head because your difficulty was increased.
Yeah.
But Entangle 4, there's no threat left over, so you get defeated.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Good. Thank goodness.
Also, is
That's
that
good.
counted as the GM spending 3 threat?
You spent 3 threat all in one go, right? At some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's experience. That includes you,
Right.
Sam, because Sam, from your point of view, you're just along for the ride. You're just watching what's happening.
Right. In horror.
Yeah.
So I get to draw one. I should get one spirit, rather. There we go. Finally. One.
So Sam, you have a injury entangle 3 as when the arrow unleashes, it bursts out and then it wraps around you super tightly and and you flop to the ground and it continues squeezing until you drop the thermal lance. This really hurts, but you're not dying. It's just you're not able to move out of the entanglement.
Okay, I will note that I have an untreated plasma burn 5 on top of that, or the entangled 4, but since I don't know how that stacks with a non-lethal crowd control munition.
Oh, because you got hit earlier. Yeah. Injuries. Let's find out together.
And it has not been treated.
88.
Sorry if I accidentally killed you here, but
No, it's okay. I mean, that was always in the cards. Like I was saying, if it comes to it while you continue the journey, I'll make up the next character. I doubt it will take long.
I did specifically choose a non-lethal weapon
Yeah.
because I wasn't trying to kill you.
Right. Now, the plasma burn wasn't a deadly attack to begin with, I don't think.
Yeah, you you have him. He goes down. Actually, you see the arrow hits him, and when it entangles, it squeezes, and then he passes out from just sheer pain because you're squeezing the body. So, because entangled things are meant to squeeze someone so tight that it's meant to hold like even a great beast or a walker or something. Like they're incredibly strong. On a human, it hurts a ton, and he was already pretty hurt to begin with. So he just screams out. He just struggles, and then goes out conscious. You have a pretty good idea that if you do nothing, he will simply die from his injuries, because he's probably pretty hurt from the plasma injury, plus the entanglement squeezing the life out of him.
Can I try to treat his injuries?
We can certainly try. It is Insight Survive, difficulty of... You would probably be trying to treat the plasma burn first, because that's what's killing him. The entanglement isn't what's killing him, but the plasma is what's causing his death to be coming faster and faster.
So I will use my rely on nature special ability as a dreamer, which lets me count as having the appropriate tools.
Cool.
Oh shoot, I can't because... Right, I don't have enough supply points. I only have 3 and your injuries rating 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if this is allowed, but in theory, since supply points are just random crap you're carrying with you, I mean, you could always take some of Sam's at this point.
If that's allowed, then I'll do that and spend 3 of mine and 2 of yours.
I'll allow it in this case because I forced him to attack you, so I think it's only fair.
And we have cooperative bonds, so
Yeah.
Oh. Shoot. There's my 3 spent. And
bloop.
yeah, thanks. Okay, and then Insight Survival.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I will spend 2 spirit for extra dice because my insight is not that great.
Could spend threat to get dice as well. Just saying.
No, I have enough spirit right now. Ooh, good thing I did.
Yeah, it's tough rolling against a 7.
Yeah.
Difficulty was equal to the base damage of the plasma burn, which was what?
Nope.
No?
Difficulty is 1 because I am a dreamer and I have rely on nature.
Okay. There you go.
Sweet. Man, you're awesome.
That's why I was using that.
So we mark that as treated.
You'll note that when you look at the plasma burn, the reason it didn't kill him after you treat it, you notice that there was some small nanites that were halfway healing them, but when you knocked him out, they all stopped in the middle of what they were doing. So he was treated. Oddly, he was kind of treated with it. That's why he was able to pop up and fight you right away. But you're able to complete the cycle, so he doesn't. The squeezing basically stopped all the work, and then he just flopped over from pain. He's still defeated, though, because he's still wrapped up in very tight entanglement webbing.
Injury, defeat, and death. Looks like a resolved talk could remove defeated state.
Yep. Difficulty 2. If you wanted to wake him up.
I don't know.
Resolve, what was that?
Talk.
Talk?
Yep.
I'll give that a try. I might not be spending too much spirit, though, because I'm starting to run low with spirit.
Yeah, don't get to 0 and exhaust yourself. Oof.
Well, I guess I'll be trying to make a camp for us to rest for a bit.
Yeah. Grab the horses.
Imagine the horses brought over. Very confused horses. They're not sure why you two are fighting each other. Humans fight each other all the time. It happens. So the two of you are able to get some sleep that night in the shade of a waker. Of a waker, I should say. And I had the quick sheet there. Oopsie. Oh well. You are able to get about 4 spirits in the middle, before Sam starts stirring a little bit in the middle of the night. Actually, no, he doesn't. I'm wrong. Oh, no, new scene. That's right, no. So 4 spirit.
I'm assuming Sam doesn't gain that.
Sam does. You actually start getting your spirit as you... it's the middle of the night. Fire's going, and you can see Sam stirring still in his entanglement.
5.
Like, Sam, you wake up, and then the minute you move, it's... You're basically... you feel metal monofilament, like, super tight netting just freezing every part of you. You can wiggle your feet a little bit in your head, but everything else is immobilized.
Yeah. Try and crack neck. Am I me again?
That's a good question. Are you? This feels like... I clicked it. Stop fighting me, machine.
In this game? Haha, that's a big ask.
This feels like... Resolve... Operate. Difficulty 2. Oh, wait, no, it's opposed. Sorry. You rolled to defend. I'm wrong.
I roll to defend. Okay, resolve. Operate. Rolling against a 9. Ugh.
At least I'm rolling properly for the NPCs now.
Yeah, there's that. Each do just 1 for 1. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 of the 4 I just Oops, that's a supply point. My bad. 3 of the 4 spirit I just regained to roll full mitt. because I really don't want to be controlled by this nanogram. 3.
So I need.
Not terrible rolling against a 9.
I got 1. You generate
Yay,
2.
Sam to Sam!
You start feeling like you feel a intense itchiness and a headache building up from the back of your neck, and then you just kind of focus on, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, over and over and over until eventually you feel like you're back in the driver's seat again.
What happened? Do I see Acacia or in a position where I can move my head to see her, or?
Yeah, unless she made an effort to hide herself from you. But I imagine she's
Okay.
tending to a fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? The last thing I remember was getting hit by the walker. Or do I know? Do I have a memory of everything of being
Yep.
taken over and just sort of sitting back? Okay, never mind then. I'll rewind that. Acacia. I think I'm me again, at least for the moment. Ed. I'm
If
sorry.
I let you go, will you try to use your spear again?
I mean, oh God, I'm so sorry. I don't think so, but I mean, that thing's still in my neck. I don't know. I feel okay, and it feels like I had to like really work to throw off its control just a minute ago, but I mean, I can't guarantee I won't flip back out.
I mean, I suppose
I
I
don't
can't
feel like
guarantee
I
I
will.
won't either. Given that I've got one of those things in my neck too, but how do you feel right now about continuing to see the Weavers?
Like, I feel like that's still what we really need to do, particularly after that experience with the nanogram. If anybody can help us with that issue, since I couldn't figure out what the hell it was, it's going to be the Weavers. And we should
Right?
sure as hell avoid even dipping toes back into that pink fog.
Definitely agreed. I will cut your bindings free.
You need to give me a insight survive difficulty of the entangle injury.
This will be funny if I can't. I actually don't think I can unless I roll like 2 critical hits.
Well, you did regain 4 spirit.
Oh, I did?
Yep.
Okay. I need to draw that spirit.
Yeah, you've had over an hour to just sit there and tend to the fire and recover to yourself. It's the middle of the night when this happens.
I need to put that back.
Okay. In that case, insight. I'll go ahead and spend 3 spirit because I do not have that good of an insight. Hey!
Nicely done. It's perfect.
So she's able to remove the entangle. Yeah, she's able to treat the entangle injury. You still have like really deep bruises and minor lacerations across your body where the wire just dug right in. But it's now, when she frees it, it's now not. You feel she freed it in a way that it didn't snap in an unnatural way and do damage.
Right.
There, I spent 1 too many. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah, good to know that entangle heads work. Too bad I had to use 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Say that they work for sure.
as you hear part of the waker shift in the night and kind of thunk over.
Oh.
As one of the legs kind of fall free and falls to the ground. It took that long for it to finally give up and let go.
I flinch at the noise.
Sure.
Maybe we get going. If that noise attracted other wakers, I don't want to be here when they get here.
Fair enough, but it is the middle of the night, so I'm going to need 18 bed rests to overcome the injuries, to recover from the injuries. But yeah, I'm for that. Right after I get some supply points. Here's the first time really gathering technological supply points, GM. I know archivists get double the number of supply points from technological stuff. And then there was that bit about, when you're somewhere and you're taking your, I don't know what's called, when you have the downtime that your supply points replenish from whatever you've gathered, and then whatever over that turns into coin, but it doesn't really say in the player's book, how that works, or if there's the bit of gathering extra supply points in order to get coin. I don't know.
There's two things. One is if you have downtime for enough downtime to sit there and gather, then you just refresh your supply flat out. But if you're like scavenging, say, a site or waker, there are very light guidelines in existing adventures that give me an idea of what to reward for that.
I'd like to definitely, I know we're not really doing downtime, but I'd definitely like to scavenge this waker. This is right up Sam's dealie. And it might let me pull a plasma burner out of my pocket at need. Ooh, microfusion generator. Ooh, plasma coil. Ooh, copper wire.
Are able to pull it apart and
humming all the while.
We'll call this. You succeed at cost means you'll grab what you can and not really care about. You can't figure out how to get everything. You're just getting what you know is the big juicy bits. You're like, obviously this is useful. Yank. I don't know how to get it out. Screw it. Who cares? I'm just gonna yank it out and destroy anything on the way out. It doesn't matter. But if you want to get more than that, you want to succeed at a roll. A roll of, I would say, insight and operate. I was thinking survive, but operate makes more sense.
Okay. I'm also perfectly willing to look for what do they call it? Knowledge fragments or data fragments.
Yeah.
I do have a data storage drive to put anything, or data storage device to put anything I need to on that.
So
as well.
you're looking for supply bits and you're looking for possible information from the drive.
Yeah, I forget what they call those.
I will call that difficulty 3.
Okay. That's an insight. That's my best. Let me look up something about the data drive real quick. Will be tools and equipment. Scroll. Beg pardon.
Whoa.
So diff 3, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll. Insight. Operate. I will spend 1 spirit. So I would really like to succeed here. It's 3 dice. Close, but no cigar. I have to spend spirit to reroll, correct?
Yep, you get to reroll 1 die if you spend spirit.
Okay. What is... Hold on. Let me look something else up. Okay. So you can't do an adrenaline rush after you roll. It's supposed to be at the start of your action. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything I can do with that without becoming exhausted, which I don't want to do.
And Acasia's not really great at assisting you because her tech level's really low.
Right. Reroll. Anything else I can do? What will this let me do? Oh. I'll spend 1 momentum for a second win to get a 1 spirit.
There you go.
And then reroll 1 die. So I'm not going to draw. This is Insight. Operate. 1 die. Oh well.
You grab at what you can. Digging out the plasma gun is just... There's a lot of stuff you have to be careful of because stuff's charged up. There's still secondary batteries. And eventually it just turns into, you know what? You're just grabbing all the other stuff around it, which kind of wrecks the plasma gun, but you get a lot of bits and bobs that you're able to just rip from this machine.
Okay.
You're able to scrap... a 4 supply points.
Okay.
And you're able to recover the data storage unit on it, but you struggle to figure out to get it off without corrupting the data. So you have a unit, you don't know exactly what's on it, but you know it's not broken. You'd have to fit it into something.
This might be good to trade with the Weavers. Waker data unit. Okay. All right. That's good. So yeah, and then I guess we head on.
In the middle of the night, you mount up and leave, or
Well, yeah. At this point, I'm pretty sure this thing's not getting back up again. Correct?
yeah, no, it's wrecked, and your plumbing it has basically made it worthless without a huge overhaul to it.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I suggest we, get what rest we can for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And once you get a full bed rest in, you get another 6 spirit.
Cool. What is the...
As you both wake the following morning in the daylight pouring through the trees, the damp air from the nearby river tickling your noses, you both have a faint memory of running full on through the hills away from something as fast as you can.
Interesting.
Hmm. Do we look like we've moved compared to where we went to bed at?
No? You can still see your horses numbing away on the grass. They haven't really gone anywhere.
Have in these memories, are we ourselves, or do we seem to have the right number of limbs in the right orientation, or?
That sounds like a roll of...
Because I know the boar thing had been beaten as well.
Insight study. Difficulty of 4.
Study. Woof. That's a lot of stuff.
As trying to focus on the memory further than that makes your neck itch. You start feeling a little distracted.
Do you want to assist with this?
Sure, I'll try.
Okay. I'll spend 2 spirit for 2 extra dice. See if we can't pull this off.
New scene.
How much spirit was it you said we got to regain as we rested?
6.
So I have a total tactical 7.
Oh, okay. You don't have to assist if you don't want to. It looks like I got it.
I will assist because we might generate additional momentum.
Sounds good.
Probably not, but it's worth a try.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, no harm though.
That's fine.
There was...
This game nerfs you. Sorry.
There were 4 of you. You 2 and 2 others. Untreated injuries slowing 2 of you down. Exhaustion across your faces. And those running with you.
Were we shackled?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
For momentum, I'll answer.
Sure.
I might as well.
No. There are no shackles or bonds across your wrists and legs. Just utter exhaustion.
Okay.
So it wasn't, we don't think the, I want to call them initiates, but that's not it, the offerings. Okay.
Good to know, anyway.
Well, shall we resume our journey?
We might as well, yes.
So yeah, let's... And I'm saying we keep a pretty good little distance from the fog. Let's just do this for until we have to make a decision about the water.
Okay.
And you already have some food and water provided too, so you're going to go through some of that.
I think we have 18 days of food and water for 2 people. So 18 days each.
Sam is trampled by his horse and dies. Let's try that again. There we go.
No, I'm a trick rider. I'm just holding on underneath.
So something weird just happened, and now I can't see my sheet at all.
I would advise refreshing.
Yeah, I'll give that a go. What? Why did that? Let's see.
Hmm.
Okay, that should work. Hopefully.
Let us know if it does.
Yes, it did work.
Very
Say
Or not.
20. Sorry, I'm just writing with roll 20, but I can see the sheet. Yeah. Again, so it's all good. Yep, all good.
Your first day of travel across the forested hills, you see the occasional creature and critter. The first little bit, you actually were quite a bit were spooked because a waker tends to scare off a wildlife pretty severe. Because they're usually pretty loud, especially big ones. Smaller ones, they don't necessarily scare the wildlife as much. Some wildlife are just used to them, but that big one chomping around after people, knocking over trees, that just scares things. But after like a bit of ride, by the end of the day, you're far away enough that nature resumes its course, and you're able to camp and get another bed rest in, and get some food and water in you.
I'm going to try something at the end of the evening. This is 2 days of bed rest. I'm going to use my stylus to inscribe the discharge glyph on a piece of paper, just something that I can see. I have no idea if this will work. I'm trying it. That's a quickness study with a difficulty equal to the complexity, which is 1. This is why I need to up my quickness. Don't think I'm going to... Well, we're about to rest, so I'll buy 1 die. Okay, cool. So we gain 3 momentum off of that.
Okay.
So, and then I'm going to hold it up and just look at the discharge glyph, which is on page 183. Mm-hmm. But basically, it makes a machine safely discharge its powered tools and weapons. So I'm seeing if maybe I can affect the nano thing. I don't know. It's just an experiment.
You feel a pins and needles tingle at the back of your neck.
Here, take a moment or two to really study this glyph and see if you feel anything.
Look at this photograph.
All right, I will do that.
You feel a tingle at a pins and needles feeling at the back of your neck.
Sam kind of folds that and sticks it away for
I
later.
will do the I'm uncomfortable kind of dance. Feels like, I don't know, bugs on my neck.
Well, if it worked, it should have powered down what the nanogram. I don't know necessarily if it did, but it did seem to have some effect. Whether that was it resisting or it's powered down, but I mean, it can power back up again, but at least we know maybe we're able to affect it somehow. So yeah, that's just, I wanted to do that before we settled in for the night.
Another day goes by. The tingling does go away after a short amount of time.
So I think, I mean, yeah, it's not a permanent solution, but
you travel by, in the second day, you travel by a small lake and approach and stop by yet another.
ooh, maybe there's some fishing in case you can do. Get us some fresh fishes. Save some rations.
I certainly would want to. If we can, anyway.
Let's see how safe it is to fish from these things.
This is our third day out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's not what I was looking for at all. No. You are in the... Jump. You're in the what region? You are in the... Bella Lagos region.
Piedmont.
Bella Lagos. Oh, there we go. Yep, these seem to be lakes you can actually fish from. Thankfully.
Cool.
To feed the both of yourselves, it would be a test of some survival. And jump there. Quickness, I'd say. Quickness, survival. Difficulty 2 for Acacia once she gets back, because I think she BRB'd.
No, I'm back.
Okay. Quickness, survive, difficulty
assist.
2 to fish. And you'll assist?
Yeah. My survive is not terrible.
I'll spend one spirit to get one extra guide, just because.
Huh.
Hey. Go to.
Yeah. Brings us up to 6 momentum.
1, 2, 3, 6. Oh, yeah, total. I was like, the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're able to get some fishing done in the lake. There are some fishes here that you can capture. Be able to smoke some of it for the night and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have a pretty good... You won't have to use up any of your food and water today.
Sweet.
Good.
So I say we kind of do north. Is that Q? Yeah, and then kind of skirt the lakes and then go back down to approach Footweaver from the north. I mean, unless you want to try and do a dugout canoe or something. Go across the lakes.
I think approaching from the north is a good idea, just because uh, being on the land gives us more options in the event of a wake drift
Yeah,
than
that's fair.
being on the water.
So you circumnavigate the lake.
Yeah.
Then the day goes by. You can attempt to fish again if you're trying to stay out of your rations. You're still near the
Pretty good
lake.
idea.
Yeah.
Quick survive, diff 2, same test.
Yeah, and since we had 6 for sleep, I should be back at full.
Full.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll go ahead and
And I'll assist again.
I'll hold off on spending
I'm mending the
spirit
nets or
days.
something.
Yeah.
Actually, not. I will spend for one more day because fresh food.
Ooh, I can't assist.
Can't assist if he biffs it.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, you just don't catch anything, really.
Fair enough. We
That's
saved
fine.
a day of rations. That's good.
Yeah.
And then the next day you're heading straight to Footweaver.
Yeah.
Mm. You begin to approach the settlement along the mountains. A settlement that has tall spears jutting out of this ground at its periphery, with flashing electricity coming out of them. And you can see there's like little solar panels set up nearby. A small farm of them. Land abound. Various people in various states of dress and armament drawing into the air as there's many glyphs glowing in various places across the settlement's edges. And you can see the glyphs do seem to be holding back the mist from entering their settlement.
Ah, very good.
That's wise.
Level 2 Footweaver has been accomplished.
Oh yeah, we did accomplish it.
That's another growth.
That in here? No. Oh, it's... Actually, I got just the one for now. So, okay. Delete that guy and get myself an extra growth. Okay. Alright. I will call it to the camp. Like, it does look like camp, it doesn't look like a formal settlement, right?
It looks like a formal settlement. Very high tech compared to what you're used to. And way more high tech than what New Astoria looks like. But less like an archivist's, like, very techno sort of town. You see the technological, like, batteries and wires and so on, but it's these strange, almost magical glyphs that hover in the air that kind of give it this otherworldly air. You can see it in the distance from where you are on your horseback. They likely see you where you are. It's not like you're hiding
I'll
terribly
wave
much.
over at them.
Yeah, wave.
I'll make it really obvious that I'm not trying to.
Give me a test of insight talk. Difficulty 2. To gesture at them in a friendly manner and try to communicate that you are not threatening.
I think maybe you ought to leave this and I'll list this because I'm
Okay.
pretty sure your insight's better than mine.
Yeah, that's my primary. It's at 12.
Yeah.
Sight. Diff 2. Okay, I will spend 1 spirit for 3.
Okay, I can assist. And no help.
We hit it.
Move a little closer.
Do we see anything that looks like a gate or entranceway?
That's a different roll. I'm gonna resolve your first test first.
Oh, sorry.
So you not only do you you wave at them to let them know you're coming, you slow down your horses. Sam, you purposely start making whistling noises, like musical whistles that are obviously human. Like it's somewhat discordant, but it's the sort of thing a human would make. You know it as a way. It's something that you're not sure if weavers do it, but you know archivists. If you're really worried about a machine, throwing up illusions, they're not very good at. They can only mimic humans so much before it sounds mechanical, like it's hard to mimic. Then every so often you'll hear someone make they'll start making sounds back at you from somewhere in camp, from the settlement, and then you're supposed to like call and respond. So you're kind of making this. You're kind of having this like mini jam session of just calling out, and making noises at each other, to very clearly go, "I'm human. I'm human. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure." And then eventually it occurs to you with your insight, because it's insight talk, you realize, oh, wait a minute, you know exactly what will give away that you're human, and you draw, not a proper sigil, but you draw in the air messages, like just plain text, and you can draw it like really big, especially since you're on a horse, so it's like, oh, okay, and then you can see this movement of, oh, obviously, because machines don't have styluses. That's not how they talk to people. They use and looking into the town to find any sort of gate to understand their settlement. That is, I would say, insight, survive, or operate. Difficulty 2, as you look on their settlement, and they don't really have like walls, but I mean, where's a gate? What's the opening? What isn't an opening?
Right. I will bring into play the binoculars I bought, which reduces the difficulty of studying things from a distance by 1.
Yep, that'll bring the diff down to 1.
Okay. Let's just try it with 2. Hey.
Generate 2.
2 float.
Tick and tick.
Can I spend those 2 to create? Well, tell me what we learned first.
Yeah.
I'll see if I create a truth or ask questions. Sorry, I'm jumping my gun.
I'm used to it. No, Looking through your long distance glass, if you will, you are able to discern that below there are various buildings, and you see each of these towers seems to be, you see electricity zapping between them every so often. And you see that each of them have their own dedicated, there's various solar panels that are definitely powering these things, but they're also powering various buildings inside as well, and some of the buildings have solar panels on top of them as well. It doesn't look, when you look around, it looks like there's almost like this electrified fence line all around the perimeter. So there are areas where there isn't like a solar panel in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the feeling if you tried to ride through it without them making it safe, you'd get zapped on your way in.
Right.
You can ask additional questions if you wish with your momentum.
Okay, yeah. Use one of the float to ask. Does there seem to be you said there wasn't actually a gate, but a place between towers where there's an obvious path or something worn by where it seems most traffic goes in and out?
Any signs of that seem to have been meticulously erased.
Okay.
Like they must go out there on purpose with their technology and purposely mar the ground, so it's not clear what the safe path is.
Think of any other good questions to ask?
Nothing really, sorry.
Okay.
Beyond, is there a way that we can avoid upsetting them? That is obvious from what we have observed thus far. Like, anything seem like a bad idea?
That's something we could ask off that roll, or
ask the question again, just to make sure I'm clear, because I felt like it was multiple things there.
Is it apparent from what we've observed as we approach anything that would be a really bad idea that we ought to avoid?
You can tell that you would not want to go anywhere where there's towers and a solar panel, because that seems to have the strongest field generation. These areas that have like a slight gap between them, there's still electricity zapping through them, but they're not nearly as intense. Because this one goes zap down to the paneling, then back up, back down, back up. This one just goes straight across. So, but if you went like straight to one of these, you get the feeling they'd have to shut that off,
right,
to make it clear again, or move it or something.
Yeah.
So that's an obvious bad idea. You think if you charge at them at full speed, these people would probably react poorly, because you see there are armed people waiting around at the openings, who probably wouldn't react very well to someone charging toward the settlement.
Okay. So we got two at the top and one on the eastern side.
Yeah.
Where there appear to be no panels between the two. So let's head for the closest of those three spots.
Yeah. I agree.
The hell computer? Oh, darn it. You start approaching, and you see flickering glyphs Your necks begin to itch.
Yeah.
And you feel that if you want to continue approaching, you'll each have to spend. You'll have to spend 1 momentum each to continue. As you feel like you're not supposed to keep going. You're not supposed to get any closer.
What happens if I stare at the discharge glyph again? Anything?
Your neck tingles and you get pins and needles.
Okay. Do I still feel that you shouldn't continue?
Yep.
Jive. Okay. Just to check. Okay, so I will spend said it was a spirit, right?
A momentum, my mistake.
Momentum.
Okay. Yeah, let's.
I will
let's
also
do
spend
momentum.
momentum.
Yeah.
The two of you ride up closer and closer with your horses. And one figure steps forward in their armaments and arms. Their arms wide, their face covered. I can hear a muffled, like radio-sounding voice coming through the mask. Stop there! Don't get closer. Who are you?
Pull up.
I stop.
I'm Rango Samuelito Tenny Deepwoods. This is my companion, Acacia Aster Glen. We come seeking the knowledge and aid of the Weavers, and also as representatives of the town of New Astoria to investigate the origins of the mist. You should be aware that having been in the mist, we are infected with an unknown to me, nanogram. But we currently appear to be able to override its urgings.
Time being.
Yeah.
I say, give you a sidelong look.
For now. But I will say it's only really taken us ever once, and that was after direct intervention by a Waker. Sorry. I don't want to call it walkers.
Because they walk.
Yeah.
What sort of nanogram infects you?
It looks like a silver bead, and it's in the back of her neck. Beyond that, I shrug. Don't know.
Yeah, I was unable to identify its type, but it appears to have minor compulsive elements and less directly energized, programmed, activated by an outside source. It also works through pain stimulus, particularly when we exited the mist and when we began to approach this settlement. We had to focus our will to come forward because we had the feeling we shouldn't continue. We've seen similar beads on beasts, particularly a
Boar? Or what was the name of that? Like the mutated boar. I forget the name of them.
A barg, I believe it is.
Barg?
Yeah, the bird.
Particularly on a barg we encountered that was unusually aggressive.
You have a letter from New Astoria?
I do. I'll dig that out. Letter to Weavers from Elders.
Leave your weapon with your horse. You can dismount and approach me.
Okie dokie. Sam will literally say, okie dokie.
You like stuff your thermal lance in like a little thing next to your horse to like tie it to the horse.
Yeah, I'm assuming I have some way to, some little sheath or something to stir it to carry it in, so I don't have to fool with it.
Yeah. And as you're approaching, you see the Weaver guard in front of you is with one hand motioning for you to come closer and closer and closer, and with their other hand, you see they draw a glyph in the air over and over and over.
Can I recognize the glyph?
You would have insight study, difficulty of 3.
Okay, glyph lore would allow me to make the roll. Insight study. Let me buy a die. Don't. No, not quite. I'm not going to spend to reroll.
Yeah, it's hard to say it's hard to understand because they're not pointing it at you. You're kind of doing it. They're kind of doing it their own way, that sort of thing. Eventually, you're able to step forward between, and you can feel the air smell of ozone, and you can feel your hair starting to rise off your head as there's this charge where you're standing. But the bolts of electricity are not flying between the poles anymore where you're standing.
Well, that's good.
And then with the hand that was gesturing for you to come closer, they just hold out their hand to take the letter from you.
Okay, I'll pass it over.
They take it. They hold it behind them for someone to grab it from them and read it, and then he starts motioning for you to get away from him. Get back. And then as they stop moving, they start drawing the glyph. Whoo, bang! As the electricity zaps between the poles again.
Ah, okay.
I flinch at that because I'm not really used to high-tech stuff.
Right.
And the person behind them mutters something quietly. The person, the guard, kind of leans in closer. And then makes a quick gesture in the air, and the person just nods, and he nods back at him. And then makes a gesture in the air, looks like some sort of octagon-looking shape, and then some sort of drawing in the middle. They nod.
UFC.
And then this person starts heading away. You may make camp nearby. One of our elders will come to meet with you. One of our elder beavers.
Yeah, let's go and make camp nearby.
Yep.
As you back off to a nearby clearing. What do you do for they let you sit there for over an hour. It is not a rapid process.
Well, I'll regain
I'll
some
make
spirit.
some food.
Yeah. Let's see, that's at least a breather, which will put me back up to max because of my talent. No, it would put me up back to max anyway. So yeah, take care of the horses. Get some food, take a little break.
Pick out the horses first. Give them a little groom.
Yeah.
Maybe some air stretches.
A trio of the Weavers eventually approach your makeshift camp. Horseback. We'll divide this up a little bit because, whoops. there's a bit of a rise and fall from where you are. Because you want to be at a nice point where you can kind of see everything around you. So if you get attacked, you have a bit of extra time to react. They purposely walk where you can see them. As you see, there are 2 armed weavers, and then one in very ornate robes that pulse and glow even in the daylight, and their mask covered, their face covered in a mask where you can see various wiring blinking and flickering across their human visage. Travelers, hello. I would approach your camp. You hear the voice kind of distorted as the voice kind of flickers between pitches from very high to very low to normal and then back high. It's like this weird chorus voice coming out of the mask.
Please do.
And we'll try and hide his excitement. Approach and be welcome. I'm afraid our rations are not the best, but you're welcome to share what we have.
I have already eaten. Your generosity is noted. What are your names? I am the Weaver Batar.
Batar or Patar?
You should see his name pop up now. Batar.
Ah, there it is.
Batar. Okay.
I'm Keisha Absterglan.
I'm Rango Samuelo Tene Deepwoods.
I know of no glens or those of deep woods in New Astoria. You work for them and their elders?
Indirectly, we are wanderers who happened to reach New Astoria, I think shortly after this season's mist appeared, and were made curious by the mist and the custom of sending offerings to the mountain. And after some misadventures outside of the town, we offered our services to travel here and try and bring back useful information at the minimum about the mist and anything we could learn. Ultimately, I'm very interested in learning about the source of the mist, and it seems to me this is technological in basis and perhaps can be ended through technological means. But in the meantime, due to exposure to the mists, we were infected with a nanogram, which I've been unable to identify, which has some compulsive elements, and when interacted with directly by a walker we ran into, was able to completely override my volition and make me try and force my companion here back into the mist.
Actually, I'm correct myself. Insight talk. Difficulty 3 as you communicate your woes to Weaver Batar.
Insight talk. This seems kind of important, so I think I'll buy 2 dice.
I will try to assist. I may not be successful, but I will at least try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might not make this one. Let's see, what's the... Is it 2 momentum to reroll?
Just
spirit, 1 for 1.
1 spirit to reroll 1 die.
Oh, that's the to restore. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, let me try. I think this might be something worth doing. Whoops, not resolve. Insight. Oh. Hey, there you go.
Nice.
Generate momentum. You notice as you're talking to them, it's hard to see their facial expression with the mask and their body language. It is a bit marred, but you notice behind the Weaver, the guards whose faces are masked, but you can see their eyes. You can see how they're a little more emotive in how they react, whereas the Weaver seems placid, just utterly calm. Stylus in hand, but they're not like holding it like with a death grip. It's just this very like almost like a musician's baton grip. And the two behind him, as you're explaining this to the Weaver, they obviously look confused. Like they tilt their heads and kind of look at each other like, huh? What did you just say? And you start picking up that you get the feeling you're saying something. You're saying what you're saying, but it occurs to you they may not be hearing the same thing you're saying out loud. Like something about what you're you're saying something, either you think you're saying something and they're hearing something different, or they're confused about what you're saying. Like something's off.
I'm going to hold up a hand to like give me just a moment. Then I'm going to look at the discharge glyph again.
Your neck tingles.
And then I'll look back at the Weaver and say, we've been infected by nanogram. Is that clearer?
For a momentum, you can ask. See if that worked.
Yeah.
It occurs to you all that you're doing is making it not use its shock thing. Like you're discharging its weapon, but it's still working. It still has its normal functions. Which it seems the weaponized part of it isn't what's affecting you. There's some other function that isn't a weapon-like function.
Okay, fair enough.
But you now know that for sure. It's like because sometimes a weapon could be doing that to you, so that wasn't that wasn't far off. You just now are a certain. Oh well, that's not. It's doing something, just not what you were hoping it was going to do. And you were saying something there, Acacia.
I was saying I'm going to go ahead and bare the back of my neck and show it to the Weaver.
The various wiring netting across your face flickers in various shades of red and pink. And then back to purples and blues.
Sam will do the same thing. And, I mean, I don't know if... I don't know how to get around this necessarily. I could try riding something.
Set your weapons with your horses. Bear your necks to me again.
I will do that.
And as you go over to your horses, you see the Weaver kind of draw a quick thing in the air, and you notice two people, the two guards, rest their draw their pistols, but they keep them pointed at the ground, like they're in their hands, but they're not raised.
Right.
And then the Weaver kind of looks back as you come back I presume unarmed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bare the necks again. Take off my cap.
To do the action he's asking you to do, it will cost each of you a momentum. You feel like you really don't want to do this. This seems like a bad idea.
I'll go ahead and spend a momentum to do it.
Same.
That's such a bad idea. Oh, this feels so uncomfortable. Oh, this could be a trap. You bare your neck. Oh, wow. Those people have guns back there. They could be shooting. They could rob you. I mean, this is really... And your heart's racing. Your breath is starting to go quick. Like, this is stressing you out. And you're doing everything you can to just stand there and not move and bare your necks. This is intensely uncomfortable. And then... With almost like a static charge of a snap to the back of your neck, you feel as if somebody came up behind you and slapped you on the back of your neck with the palm of their hand. And then the anxiety just pops out of your head. It's just gone. Because it felt so foreign and weird. It's like having a piece of metal jammed into your hand or something. It doesn't it feels foreign and odd to you, and now that's just gone.
I don't know what you did, but it seems to have worked.
You turn to look back, and you see the two little beads floating in the air. And you see the Weaver waving them in the air. You see there's like a weird pulsing glyph over each of them. As they get drawn, they hover into a vial, and they are sealed up. And you see them thrashing around like crazy, like they don't want to be in there. But they don't have the capacity to get out.
Sam will approach the Weaver to get a good, just focused on the stuff in the vial.
I'm gonna back off and
hold, rubbing the back of his neck. What are they?
These are biomechanical neural net compliance nanograms. The intention of them was for builders to utilize living creatures as extensions of the network. Without the builder network, these jiggles are not terribly useful outside of very close ranges and effect areas. The fact you have these in your necks means you've been here before, and you've been up the Sodabaraka Mountains. These are not something you catch from the fog. The fog is an interface lattice. These are installed by Wakers.
I look at Acacia and go, I don't have any memory of, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time I've come to this area.
Neither do I. But thank you for getting them out.
Indeed.
I'm glad they're not in me anymore. Not sure. How are they installed?
The subject must be rendered unconscious using various cocktails of drugs and rendered into a semi-comatose state using a photographic series that renders the brain active in the appropriate frequency level that allows them to synchronize the nanogram's neural network into your spinal system, at which point you become attenuated into the local network. Thus, you are it is not something done in the moment. It requires significant time for installation, acclimation, and various pharmaceuticals to ensure that you are that it isn't rejected or cause allergic reactions.
Could this process cause memory loss?
That would be very much the intention. The less you know about the process, the less the illusion presented to you would be considered wrong. The illusion, you have likely seen and heard things that are physically real, but the illusion has changed your perceptions. You have seen and heard things that are not real. You've been misled to believe what they wanted you to believe, to do what they wanted you to do. For you, it would make perfect sense, for it was your thoughts telling you it, or at least you think it is.
I look at Acacia and go, that dream or memory we shared about running with two others, maybe that was a suppressed memory coming back?
I shrug, possibly.
The letter from the elders, was that actually a letter from the elders?
It was.
Of
It was suggesting that you were here to assist with the mist and that you believed that it was a threat that you hoped that we would have the solution to. But here's the
so
thing.
that's real.
But here's the thing. We've already met. You've came to our settlement before, asking us that exact question. Except you weren't here for New Astoria. You were here for the tribe that Acacia comes from. Seeking a cure and learning that that cure resided high in the Cidabarca Mountains. You wondered at the mist and what dangers it could possess, and we told you what we could tell you. You donned your masks and ventured up the mountain ridge, and that was the last we saw of you. Although several seasons ago. We thought you dead. For you to come bearing a charter from New Astoria is strange, for you should not know where that is, and you act as if you've never been here before. I presume it has to do with these things.
He said that was how many seasons ago?
Several seasons ago.
Oh.
More precisely, about 5 seasons ago.
So at least a year, a little more than a year.
Mm-hmm. Year and 3 months-ish, yeah.
Okay. So, are we actually dealing with a builder in the mountain?
That was what I was hoping to ask you, but it seems you don't know. All we know is that the source of the mists resides high up one of the tallest mountains of the Cidabarca range. And it is very likely that some sort of facility from the Builder era still resides up there. Few venture that far south. It's the closest settlement of any kind is Mondo Fenegas, and that city is frozen over. We have been studying the mist slowly and methodically, but and sometimes going up into the mountains, but we've never approached the depths of the highest peak in the south. Wakers dwell the closer you get there, and indeed thralls roam, posing as lost travelers and explorers. Some claiming to come from Trisagasimo, over the mountain ridge. The only saving grace being we do not believe the thralls of the Dark City are working in concert with those from the Cidabarca facility. A facility it must be for it to support and maintain Wakers, as well as its nanogrammic agents such as yourselves. Why were you in New Astoria?
We thought there might be a clue there as to the cure I'm looking for.
And I'd heard rumors that weavers had been seen in the area, and I have long wanted to learn the craft of weaving.
Study the markings on your stylus. Really
Okay,
give it a
I'll do
look.
so.
You notice there's markings on it in glyphs that it says it has your name on like one of the faces. When you roll it in your hand, you can see this is a footweaver stylus. So it's actually a much better stylus than you think it is. You just didn't know it this whole time. It's actually something that probably is very good at weaving if you knew how to do it. But hey, this is the kind of stylus you'd probably need.
Yeah, okay.
They
So
showed
for
you
a-
what you wanted to see and told you what you wanted to hear. They knew what you came here in the first place to look for. So they told you where your goal resided and erased all else. So you would follow your programming, such as it is.
But why? Why wouldn't it have decided to incorporate us fully into the network, or were we? What purpose?
What
was
did you
behind
do
this?
in New Astoria? I doubt its plan was for you to infiltrate us using this letter. You would never have gotten past our glyphs.
Well, I did some repairs to earn some coin. We
So maybe
followed
sabotage.
a contingent of guardsmen who were escorting offerings to the mist.
Offerings.
People. Apparently, every time the mist comes, the town has started sending supposedly volunteers or people chosen by lot, but sometimes criminals. In any case, none of the 5 people that they were escorting and had shackled into the foothills seemed to be particularly willing participants.
That's what it showed us. I'm beginning to wonder if that wasn't
All right.
false.
You stopped the New Astoria militia from launching another attack on the facility. That's why they sent you there. They showed you a crime when in fact you were stopping one of its enemies. You likely in your repairs have sabotaged various people's equipment and will have many enemies should you return.
Oh my. Well, that's not good.
No, it is not. The amount of resources required to mount an offense by New Astoria, which they've done from what they've told us for many generations, they've somehow been able to do some sort of damage to the facility to prevent it from souring the river with its mist, which comes every so often. They believe that they suffer misfortune and bad luck, and that it pollutes the river. But as you now know, it also pollutes the land with those who think they know what's going on and do what they believe is right, even though it is all but an illusion.
Well, not to get trapped in a coding loop, but this just makes me want all the more to shut down this facility and stop it.
If you believe yourself capable, I would
obviously
celebrate such a thing.
mean, obviously we tried before and failed.
What of this militia? Did you slay them all in the woods? You notice by this point, the pistols have been put away. Like the guard, over the course of the conversation, the guards behind just kind of, they're more keeping a watch for other things now. They're not worried about you two anymore.
Well, in our militia, in our memory, in my memory anyway, there was a total of, including the offerings who ran off, if they were real, there were, what, if you include the offerings, 10, 12 of them? I looked to Acacia for...
I nod.
And we only dealt with one of them, and then a Waker appeared and killed the rest. The Waker also came after us when we left the mist again on our new voyage here, and tried to, well, it took me down and yeah, and but Acacia somehow managed to destroy it.
Once you're outside of the mist, the nanograms become solo nodes that can only operate with self-preservation and integrity of system. It is likely the Waker was summoned to you when you broke out of your containment area. The first time it likely arrived due to your calling. Or not you, but points to his neck. It points at his own neck. That you likely transmitted a signal to indicate you needed assistance, for I doubt, with no great offense to either of you, that the two of you could assail a militia of people and be victorious.
No, definitely not. But, oh, gods, what we have done to those poor people.
Any good you thought you did for them while you were influenced was an illusion.
Yes, thank you. I get the point.
You need to recall anything you did for them. Any good act. Anything would be reversed.
I gave them supplies.
Poisoned, misled, spiked in some manner.
I performed first aid on a badly injured militia officer, guardian officer.
Probably installed another one of those things.
If it's as complex as the Weaver here says, I don't think I would have been able to do that, unless it can be installed and grow over time. But
no, you would need to do it from the facility. It requires specialized equipment and variety of tools to achieve the needed result.
But I could have set her leg poorly. Well, was it plasma burned?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was gored by the bark.
Yeah, I could have done anything from let a slow internal bleed go to not debride the wound properly, and or deliberately done something to increase the chance of sepsis or infection. I mean, there's no way of knowing.
That's easy enough out in the woods.
Controlling our perceptions of things, and even when we spoke to her in the town afterwards and she looked like she was resting well and healing up, it could have been something completely different. Prepared some things, got the elders to give us supplies for our journey here.
Supplies they could have used, since the meeting with us is of no greater benefit to them today as it was a season ago. Which you would have known if you had your old memories. So they're now out significant amount of food and supplies that they could have used for another expedition. The machine is clever when given enough time and information.
So, is there anything in Footweaver or any knowledge that could help us regain these lost memories? It seems to me there's vital and valuable information tucked away somewhere in our heads.
You would either... We have yet to see any agent of the mist recover their memories. Some fall into despair from the nightmare they were forced to live, and unable to live with their actions, even if it wasn't their actions.
Oh, well,
The injury over time, when it comes to injuries and manifestations against the brain, can take a significant amount of time, even when properly treated in a medical facility. We can do what we can here, but you'd be better served in the hands of an archivist hospital or clinic to try to do some neurological repair, which could take weeks, if not months, if they get it correctly. Alternatively, if you go into one of the major cities, like Mahaga, the Dark City, Mondo Fanagas, or even the facility, you may be able to use the machine's own technology to reboot your neural pathways into the old alignment. Because to forget something is... The brain is made of many roads. Sam, you realize that he's simplifying greatly as you realize Acacia will get lost fast if he starts talking technical.
right.
And you can see Acacia is struggling to keep up a little bit. It's like, I don't know what he's talking about. Brain surgery stuff? Like, your head hurts. I get that. You know. But he starts talking a little more simply just to make it easier for her to understand. And a little bit you as well. But you're an archivist, but it's like, he knows a bit more than you do, but, you know, not by much more. You're both the same tech level. There are many pathways in the brain, many roads. And the more you travel a road, the more easily that road is travelable and navigable. And your brain likes traveling roads that are easy to use. This technology mars the road. It doesn't destroy the destination. To destroy the destination is to cause severe brain damage that the lack would be noticeable. You would notice headaches, intense headaches. You probably had them already, because some of it would have to destroy just to preserve itself. But some things you would just simply forget. If those roads are repaved, even artificially, the memory could come back. How much, I do not know. It depends how... I doubt they destroyed everything, simply because you would get a headache far too often. It would be obvious that you were somehow ill, that you needed assistance. Having an occasional headache due to a bright light, a smell, you would dismiss it as bad luck, or you might blame the mist for it. That the mist is somehow infecting you, which is somewhat true, but not precisely what's going on. And the nanogram would just reinforce the illusion. What's puzzling is you're not in a full party of 4. There's only the 2 of you.
Or I look meaningfully at Acacia.
I do have a vague memory of fleeing in the company of others.
Which we just remembered a few days ago.
For a brief moment, you remember there was a 5th you met along the way, but their face is very vague. Like, the others are a lot more clear in your memory, but there's a 5th one that just, you're like, you met one? But it wasn't part of the running thing, it was a different memory. So, the most I could do, or that we could do for you, is direct you to an archivist's camp, or for the kind of technology you would need to heal your minds forcibly. I might suggest you would seek out these militia to help you in any attempt to assault the facility again, if you hope to shut it down somehow and complete the annual the mist ritual that they do to which they have not taught us how to do. It's a secret they maintain for themselves, which we would decry, but we also keep our secrets of weaving to those who don't understand them, so it's hard for us to critique them too much.
Do you perform some sort of ritual or annual whatever?
When the mist comes in, they assemble a militia of the willing and technologically savvy to march forth. They'll send some guardians with them to make sure they don't get assailed. But once they get into the facility, these are people who can sabotage the facility. They've yet to destroy it, from what I've heard. But they seem to have some special attack pattern they do that renders the facility unusable for a significant amount of time. Years, decades have gone by, months at the shortest. But it always ends up being enough time for them to assemble yet another team. Until recently, where you interfered. A clever ploy the machine has used, it seems. I tell you now. Oh, also, I will say to you, Sam, that once you've understood or remembered what we taught you, we can impart to you the methods of weaving. But I would suggest that you reflect upon what you've done and how you'll move forward so that you can grow not only from the successes of getting your memories back, but from the failures that you were forced to make. And from that, you'll have a better understanding of how to influence machines. For machines make mistakes because they're forced to. And for a little while, you acted as a machine would. As for those curative herbs that you're looking for, Acacia, they do reside near the city of Mondo Fanacus. So if you merely wish to acquire what you need and return, well, I could understand you're not of New Astoria, and even we, if this mist builds in strength enough, we will pull up our settlement and retreat north to help other settlements prepare for whatever it is the machine is intended to do.
I feel obligated to try to undo that which the machine used us to do.
Same.
As much as my people need us. There are others also on my quest, though, if I fall setting things right. Hopefully one of the others who was sent on my quest would succeed. And maybe by fixing this, I can make it easier on those who would come next. Not that I want to die, but attacking a builder facility rarely turns out well for those who travel there, from what my people felt.
That from what happened to us, obviously. But somehow I think that going back to New Astoria and trying to convince them that who are probably quite furious with us, and rightfully so, that we were controlled might not be very easy. We might find ourselves at the end of a gibbet.
It'd be better to
particularly if those 5 that we saw as prisoners and who ran off into the mountains were the techs.
I can offer that our settlement, while it is still here, will be open to trade with you under my authority. And any information you can give us about the mist or the facility or any of its wakers will be rewarded in coin or supply. And if you have proof of destruction of wakers, we will also pay in kind. We may not be as affluent and well traded as New Historia, but we do retain supplies from those weavers who come and go from this place.
Well, speaking of, Sam will go and riffle through his saddlebags, see if I actually have a drive from the weaver, the waker, too many W's.
Yeah.
You actually do. You have this funny feeling you were gonna hang on to it until you got back to the facility. Like you weren't gonna trade it if you saw the thing on your neck, or if you did, it required momentum for you to do it.
As I was trying to say earlier, I can't remember if this was before or after the beat got taken out. Acacia managed to take down the weaver that tried to force us back into the mist.
A weaver forced you through?
The what?
You said a weaver.
Oh. Waker.
Waker. Sorry. God. That's player error there. A waker tried to force us back, but as I said, Acacia managed to take it down, and the next evening I took what was useful from it, including this, and I hold up the drive. No idea what's on it. I wasn't able to penetrate that, so I took the whole drive. I mean, Sam's tech level 5, so he's pretty good.
The weaver, gestures for one of the guards to come over, and the guard just kind of holds out their hands. We'll study it and reveal what information resides in the drive. Perhaps we can profit from their misfortune.
That's not proof enough of one weaver down. I have these odds and ends here. This is a plasma.
One waker down, not weaver.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. My brain is just not working with the W words. Mm-hmm. Weaver.
It's fine. The nanogram probably has some residual effects.
You can see why we were confused. Sometime you had suggested that weavers attacked you, and that you found a weaver out in the hills.
Yeah.
It also confuses your words, so you would say things.
Yes, that's great in game, but what's the player's excuse?
Just check your neck real quick. If you feel an itch back there.
Do it. Literally, when you said that, I was like rubbing the back of my neck. Just to see. Okay. Waker or Walker will do.
So what do you trade with the Weavers? The knowledge thing I'll explain in a moment, because they'll open that up and tell you what's on it. Was there any other items to try to trade?
Oh, go ahead.
No, just ask if there's anything else you want to trade.
I would definitely like, if possible, if they're willing to offer, to get more of the blast heads, because I believe, I need to check. Yeah, I'm down to 2 of them, so. And I'd started this with 6, but I needed to use a bunch of them on the Waker that attacked us.
Funny enough, despite them saying, hey, look, we're not that big, they get the normal 2d20 for being a small community, but they get a bonus one because they're specialized. They're Weavers. We're not that big. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, they have blast heads.
Cool. I have no coin right now, though, but would they be willing to barter that with us in exchange for the dead Waker and some knowledge? In addition to what
They'll take supply in exchange. Because
Okay.
they'll take the parts, and that's actually useful to weavers. Which I'll point out, that's not normally how settlements will trade with you, but weavers in particular or archivists will take. Sometimes will take supplies as coin because that's just as good for them. It's like, oh hey, you found cool stuff that's Waker related. Yeah, we'll use that.
Yeah, I have like two supply over my max that I gained from the scrap of the Waker. So I mean, I can trade that, which I think works like pretty much 1-for-1 for coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd like to refresh my supply pool, basically just trading stuff that I can gather in the woods that I know is safe now that I know I'm not infected by nanogram thing.
And then the drive. So yeah, that'll give us 2 coin. And if you need to spend that for blast heads, that's fine. Because I spent all of my coin before we left on various supplies. I think if I can remember where it is on the sheet. No, okay. Actually, I have 8 coin.
The blast heads are way more useful than my bow is on its own against Wakers.
Actually, I forgot to take that off. We didn't do anything to earn coin after we split, so I'm thinking I forgot to mark down the coin I spent.
It costs
Maybe.
2 coin, by the way, or 2 supply in this case, to get 3 special arrows.
Yeah, that's fine. But no, maybe I did. Okay, so I think I still have 8 coin somehow. I didn't buy much when we left because they were supplying us, and we got paid for going out with the militia. So okay.
Yeah, I don't think you bought anything really, because I already took out your room and board for the couple days you were there.
And the binoculars I bought, but they're like 1 or 2. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, we do have some coin or equivalent. I mean, is there anything super here that we need? I mean, a lot of it's information. There's armor.
Now that I've refreshed my blast heads, I don't think there's anything super necessary for it.
The benefit really would be getting higher tech stuff from them, honestly, because they'd have access to
I
higher
can't
tech
use
things.
anything higher tech
Yeah,
than
for
what
you,
I've already
yeah.
got,
For you, that doesn't help you. But, I was more jabbing Sam with that particular fact.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh. So, a hand scanner wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
All right, you had a temp one of those, but you don't have a proper one.
Yeah, I put it together, but yeah, I don't have. Let me look at that too.
Hand scanner, tech level, rarity 4, so I'd have to roll.
You have to roll very well, yeah.
I'll see if
and I'm looking at some other potential stuff.
No hand scanner. They don't have one. Or if they do, they're using it for something.
Well, they might have a bonus for this. What about a Weaver lens?
1, 2, 3. Yep, they have them.
Well, it would, which does stand to reason.
Yeah. More that they have some that they're willing to sell to someone
Yeah.
they don't mind. Like, hey, if you
Right.
want to buy one from us. Eventually, go ahead.
Cost of 4 coin is what the book says.
Yep.
Okay, I'll definitely buy some Weaver lenses. Those will come in handy one way or another. Weaver lens.
Wow.
I'm going to say Sam's look like safety glasses. Will match the character portrait.
Yeah, and when you actually tap them, little readouts will flicker out across them.
Okay, my tech level is higher than the lens, so I should be able to use them.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark off 4 there. What else do we need? Yeah, and the big thing is information.
Which,
and
when the person comes back, they offer something to the Weaver. The Weaver holds it up in front of themselves, in front of their eyes, and you see their Weaver, the mask, flicker in various colors. As you now recognize that the mask is a sort of advanced version of the Weaver glasses, with a sort of environmental protection and sort of thing. And they look at it and nod. Well, it seems we have decrypted the Waker's data node. And it would seem that this Waker that you encountered, it was in a pristine fashion. It was not in a degraded state.
Yes.
yeah, showed no signs of damage or age.
Which means that this readout is correct in that the facility, it is my belief that from this data, that this facility is trying to draw any Wakers within its broadcast range back to the facility for maintenance and repair. Building of a Waker is a process that is only doable in cities, given the amount of resource intensity and power required, the metals, and the complex works. Plus, a lot of the plans were destroyed during the Builder War. But fixing them, bringing them back up to standard template, that's doable in a maintenance facility, which this seems like it is. I would hazard so far that this mist is a byproduct of that process, in that it is working up to a much larger... I would surmise that this facility has begun to repair, already has repaired, various small Wakers and medium Wakers. But when it gets this bad, that full of... with such an amount of waste dust, that it is building a large Waker. Or not building, but repairing one. Enough for thralls to ride in.
Enough pause to widen.
Most wakers, when you encounter them, are usually damaged or decrepit, perhaps kept in shelter for untold years. But intact wakers have none of those, have none of the inefficiencies or damage of decay. I think that perhaps these sabotages have set back their... No attempt has been made to destroy the facility. I would guess that it is far too large and, frankly, beyond the tech level of most settlements to truly understand the kind of technology required to detonate and demolish that large facility, especially given how guarded it is. I would surmise that they damaged some of the workings of the Factorum and the Manufactory and the Automata to render it such that it can't... It would have to repair the machinery first, hence why all the waste dust goes away for such a long time, depending how much damage they do. So you may not need to destroy any sort of central core or central battery, for those are likely intensely protected. But if you were able to either physically sabotage or interfere, even in a very dreamer sense. Dreamers, for example, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, Acacia, but I believe the benefit of dreamers' ignorance of technology is that the machine struggles in the face of a dreamer that knows how to evade them. Whereas if a weaver were to get in there and actually interface with the computer system, you may be able to do far more intimate damage to its programming. Our only saving grace, according to the data storage, is that they have not been able to amass a critical mass of wakers. They've always had to either repair them or withdraw them back to the facility. I would even go so far as to think that some of these wakers have gone east of the mountain range as well as the west. This mist likely pours down over the other side into the broken steppes. So victory is possible, if slim, if you have the skill and cunning to evade its security systems. Which, if you're able to defeat a medium-sized waker, that may not be as ridiculous a claim. Though it sounded ridiculous the first time you suggested you were heading up there, but it seems far less since you actually bring proof you can defeat a waker.
But we would also need some sort of virus or worm to damage its systems. Are you talking about directly blowing up
I'm talking about
systems?
If you're doing it the dreamer way, then it is a matter of jamming the gears and mucking the oil in such way that the machine does not function the way it should. If you were to do it an archivist way or weaver way, the archivist way would be sabotage the machinery in some fashion, so it doesn't, in a more intricate manner, such that it would not function the way it's supposed to. But I'm suggesting if you actually learn the ways of weaving properly, and you really understand them, you may be able to interface with the computer system itself through the glasses. For as it was able to manage your mind, you would manage its mind.
What's the dreamer way?
Dreamer way is simple. Find what's moving, make it stop moving. Find what isn't moving and make it move.
Shrug and nod. Physical sabotage.
Fair enough.
The machine was built by humans after all, and by a human it can be broken, even if temporarily. And that may buy you the time, or at least even New Historia the time to reassemble their numbers. It's not a permanent solution, the Dreamer Way. Well, I presume it's not. I've never been up there. Perhaps there is a far more accurate Dreamer method that may get to the root of the problem. But I am biased to weaving, as I must confess. And biases are how we make dangerous assumptions.
Okie dokie. There's some equipment with that in mind. Well, a bomb or two wouldn't be the worst thing.
I agree with you on that one.
For brute force.
Which bomb do you ask about?
There's a handmade weapons table that's basically just tech level 2 shrapnel bomb, and then there's an incendiary bomb, same tech level.
I would have to roll for each one, because I have to roll the rarity to see if they have them.
Yeah. Because the other way to go would be they're also... Yeah, those are big rarities, like EMP grenades and whatnot. And plasma grenades.
You might be able to get to work with those. The shrapnel grenades and stuff are within my ability.
Right.
So let's see if they have any blast bombs. We need 2. No blast bombs. Incendiaries. They have incendiaries.
Oh, that'll mess up some machinery.
And no tangles. But they just have incendiaries.
Okay. This is a long shot because it's a rarity 4, but might as well ask. What was it? Equipment? I want armor. I want equipment. Demolitions kit. It's tech level 5, rarity 4. Or sorry, rarity 5. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ha ha! So close. Let me make sure I read that right. Tech level 5, cost 6, rarity 5. Wow, that was a great roll, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's anything else? Okay, I mean, again, this is a long shot, but what about an industrial plasma cutter?
Rarity?
4.
Not enough.
Yeah. Just thinking of things that can allows the user to cut through solid objects with ease. What it says. Okay. All right. In the meanwhile, though, tech level 4 or greater. What about this is another level 4. A EMP beamer. It's a tech. It's a. Oh wait, hold on. I'm wrong. Reading the wrong column. That's a rarity 5. That would be pretty much impossible.
Yeah, I rolled 2, so no.
Yeah, I was looking at the tech level and not the rarity column. 4 is just on outside chance.
A thing to consider as well, if you're looking for especially rare items, if you can make your way up and over the Suddabarco Mountains, you may be able. There is a archivist settlement on the other side. I do not know if it resides south within the mists or if it's north of that. I don't know if it's north of us or south of us. I just know it is east of us somewhere, past the mountains. For we've seen archivists before out of the Broken Steps.
Fair enough. Okay. Look for stuff there. But meanwhile, I think I need some. We did find out they had blast heads. Correct? For the bow, for the arrows.
Yeah.
You just bought some, right? Do you need to roll for that again if I wanted to buy some?
No.
Okay.
Because you're buying on the same day, so a significant amount of time has to pass before you check rarity again. Which, when you did it last time, you waited a couple days. She bought it on like the first 2 days. You bought it like a few days afterward, something like that.
And it's 2 for 3.
2 for 3. Yeah.
Pointer. Yeah. Okay. So, but before I blow all my money, do they have climbing gear? Tech level 2, rarity 2.
Nope. They're all being used.
Ooh, they really don't.
They used to, and then everyone and their dog wanted to go up in the mountains.
Okay. Would have been useful for going through the mountains, but okay. So yeah, I'm going to buy. I'll spend 4 coin to get 6 heads, which I'm more than willing to share. And those are. At least those are a breaker. Last heads. Tech 2. Ranged. Okay. That at least gives me some more breaker weapons.
For now, we're going to take a short break, about just a few minutes. Just need to step away, refill my drink and stuff.
Okay.
So we'll be back to it here in a little bit.
I'm going to step away as well.
Likewise.
I have returned. But they cannot hear me yet. Yeah, no, I was genuinely uncertain about if I was going to tell them everything. But when they found, not everything, but I told them quite a bit. But yeah, since they found the, what should we call it? The data storage device, I was like, I should probably tell them. I should probably say something. Because, you know, they could have left it. They could have forgotten it was there. But let's get back to seeing what they're there. Hello.
Hello.
Just when on a case had to come back, but yeah.
What? You okay?
Yeah, no, I just had to refresh my drink and stuff like that. I was really getting dry. I was like, oh no.
That's okay. It gave me a chance to run up to the corner store. I've been out of gum since yesterday, and it's been driving me crazy. I'm one of those people who, when I quit smoking 19 years ago, I took up gum chewing.
Mm-hmm.
It has become one of those things where when I don't have it, I get really distracted. I don't have any gum. I keep wanting to. And it also gives me a tendency to start just eating things when I'm not really hungry.
Mm-hmm.
But, yay. Hey, buddy. You are a huge cat.
Right. So, you learned some things from the Weaver Batar, and you made some purchases. Anything else you do at Footweaver?
I will ask if they need anything retrieved from up the mountain.
Say again, you're a little muffled now. You're getting a little harder to hear.
1 moment. Is this better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I had my headphones on the wrong way around, so the mic was not actually pointed at my face. But yeah, I was saying, I'm asking if they have anything they want us to retrieve from up the mountain.
Any data storage they have would be useful because they can decode that and learn more information. Anything Waker related, anything high tech, they'll happily take. Data drives from the computer systems. They tell you to ask your archivist friend what those are. Because everything else they can provide for themselves. They can feed themselves pretty well. They have their own gatherers. They have their own guardians and stuff like that. But if you're up in the mountain and you find stuff up there, that saves them having to send a team up to go look for it. Because they are very methodical in their searching, so which means it's very, very slow.
Do they mind if we keep our camp for a little while? I would really not mind camping and resting enough to actually get rid of my injuries.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'll probably be a good idea, honestly.
That'll be 15 more days. So about 2 weeks, which is going to make the supplies we have run low.
Yeah, like if you're willing to do your own supplies, it doesn't cost you. They won't charge you for food and stuff because you're making your own food.
I can go out and forage for us while you're resting.
No, fair enough.
If that helps.
And I don't know if I can double check injury, defeat, and recovery, and all that. Rest and recovery. Okay, so when it says a bed rest, it's talking about the mechanical bed rest, not literally
a bed. Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, so cool. Yeah, so I'm going to just spend those days resting, but also trying to do what the Weaver suggested I do and reflecting and on my experiences, even under the device, and what I can recall and what I can remember to try and see if I can tap into any of the things that they say they have taught me.
Yeah, so basically you have the Weaver archetype unlocked because you're starting to learn. You're starting to remember. Oh wait, I was already here. They already taught me things. I just forgot everything because it's almost like the machine didn't want you to be able to weave your way out of the problem. Like
Weird.
like, maybe we shouldn't let you know how to do that. Plus the machine struggles to deal with weaving because weaving is not computers really. It's kind of its own thing. It's a very human way of interacting with machines.
Which I think unlocking it since I didn't die is just means I have access to their talents. I don't think I'll look at that in characters. Wow. Advanced archetypes.
So my understanding is if you're to pick it up later, it costs 2 growth even to shift into the archetype.
Yeah, so if you find suitable teacher, you may select and purchase with growth gained and have access to his talents. So really it's just the talents that come into play. It doesn't change my goals and all that kind of stuff.
No. Yeah, you just
cool.
gain the talents.
Okay, cool. While I'm recovering, is this a time to do downtime and deal with growth and talents and stuff?
You could, yep. And I'll take it as read that Acacia, I won't make you use any of your food because Acacia is a gatherer and a dreamer, and you're near a safe settlement. Like at worst, if you're really worried about the mist, you just go north a little bit and you forage out there and then come back, or you go over to the lake and fish for a bit and come back. Like it's not a huge strain on you to stay alive in the woods when you know you're not under attack.
Where is... Oh,
is the machine making noise again there, Casey?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure.
It's okay. It's funny because it sounds like you're going. Sounds like you're nom-nomming on something.
Oh, I'm not. I do have a mint in my mouth, but that's not what's making the noise.
Yeah, I did the same thing last. I was like, goals are split. Okay. So, I hit a bunch of short-term goals, everything from finding the weavers to learning where the weavers were at, to learning what the nanogram was, to...
I think I also hit a bunch.
So this is also going to click over my current long-term goal to become a weaver, which means unlike short-term goals where I just get growth, both of us get growth for achieving a long-term ambition. So I have a ton of growth coming up. I'll have to figure out another long-term goal.
Yeah, the only thing to make sure of is that you can't accrue any more. You can't accrue more than 10 growth at any one time.
Right.
So if you have anything above, if you started getting above 10, they just flitter away. You have to. The game really wants you to spend your growth when you can.
Yeah, this would have put me above 10 with everything, but that's fine. 10 is good. So,
choose on a second archetype. You gain additional truth from that archetype, as well as the archetype's goals entry. In addition, you may now purchase the talents available to that archetype. Okay, so that's how that works.
Okay, so I need to spend 2 of that 10 off the bat to get the unlock Weaver archetype. So I gain another truth. Assuming I can get rid of the no idea what this nanogram is truth.
Yeah, that's gone. You now know what it is.
Yeah. Okay, done. Let's add
Because that truth basically made it impossible for you to do follow-up rolls. It's like, you
Right.
definitely don't know.
Yeah.
So you're an archivist weaver, essentially.
Okay. Let me bookmark the Weaver.
Let us marvel at these weavers of electric dreams whose tapestries bridge worlds and minds and circuits, so it seems. In the book, weavers in big letters with an underline.
Yeah. The little girl writing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that conceit, honestly.
Bit of thematic scribbles and doodles.
Yeah. How do I get that out from under there? There it is. Okay. Weaver. So I also, do I keep my existing archetype goal and add the Weaver goal to it, or?
I was just there. I believe you do have like an additional archetype essentially. You gain an additional truth in the archetype as well as that archetype's goals entry. In addition, you can spend talents available to that archetype. So yeah, so all the stuff you had before is still there. You still have been an archivist. Your character lived this one. Because I think in the game, what they want you to do is, like, if you want to learn to be a sentinel or weaver, you are something else, and then you discover these hidden factions. Whereas later, it's like, well, now that you've played the game a bit, now a weaver that was always a weaver comes to meet you. It's like, oh.
Right.
Or unless you want the game to be pretty powerful out of the gate, a GM could just go, yeah, hey.
Yeah. So I get the Weaver truth, I get the goal, and what was the third thing? Just access to the talents?
Let me double check. You gain an additional truth from that archetype.
Right, Weaver.
You gain the archetype's goals entry.
Okay. Entry, that's okay.
You can now buy talents from that archetype.
Okay, cool. Let me select that goal. Here. Copy. Guess I can just. Alright, that because for whatever reason that doesn't expand. Yeah, I can't get the little boxes to expand under my goals and exhaustion attitude, even though theoretically they should. So, I don't want to point that while I will see it. I just do that. You solve the problem by interacting with technology, obtaining a knowledge fragment, using a valuable item. Yeah, actually, very interlocking with tech goal. Okie dokie, kids. So, I've got 2 talents. I'll spend 2 more growth to get the basics of weaving.
Basic number 1. Find yourself a spinner.
Right. Simple weaving actions. Described completely in this whole other chapter. But okay, now I can do it.
Or can you?
Just not really well. I'm a baby weaver. I make babies out of yarn.
Oh, okay. So you basically use the technical the tech readouts on your lens, your reader lens, and then you're able to basically work simple machinery and simple computers.
Yeah. Let's look at the other growthy things. Using growth.
Any big purchases for Acacia? What's happening with growth?
Yeah, I'm basically buying. I bought a bunch of extra supply points, so my max supply is now 7.
Oh, nice.
Also increased my quickness and my insight.
Okay, I'm spending 2 to bump my quickness up 1.
And I'm setting 2 new goals. One is climb the mountain, and the other one is infiltrate the builder facility.
Oh, that's good. Um,
And then, actually, I think I'll set a third. The third one being figure out how to destroy or damage the builder facility.
Four left. Let's spend 1 to increase the spirit by 1. And let's bring up the supply points by 1 too. Down to 4. Ooh, yeah. Hanging out with the Weavers, I'm going to spend 2 growth to increase my tech level to 6.
Nice.
Can you increase an attribute twice on 1 growth session, or is it just 1 and done?
I have to double check. Yeah, there's no limitation on that amount. If you have the growth required, then you're able to do the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many actual talents do I have now? 1, 2, 3.
Although hilariously, you could retire your character because they achieved their long-term ambition.
Right, yeah.
He's like, I'll just stay with these weavers and help them with their thing.
What hits?
There's actually quite a few benefits for a retired character. It's like you get all.
Yeah, you get a chunk of their growth, both spent and unspent, to use on your new character. Okay, that's not bad. And I think I'm going to buy one more talent. Maybe. Let me check. Meeting.
Then a large waker came and smushed them. No.
Right. Weaving in play.
Oh, and the momentum goes down because the scene would have changed from your long stay. So the question remains, I suppose, what your next where you tend to go from there, or where you tend to go from Footweaver.
Right.
Actually, I should have you in their square, in their hex, I should say.
Machine. Yep. Okay. Talents, machine reader. That's a long one. Copy.
By the sound of the goal, it sounds like you guys are just going to go straight up the mountain and walk the ridge until you get to the facility.
I mean, at this point, Acacia, I don't see any. I mean, potential advantage to going back to New Astoria is getting some militia to go with us, and their knowledge of, since they apparently have been raiding before, their knowledge of where the facility is and what they've done in the past to mess with it. So, I mean, there's a pretty big advantage there. But I think we do that, we have to overcome the disadvantage of us probably not being real popular in town by this point, and maybe even have, assisted in the murder of the Guardian. So what do you, I mean, we could see if there's anybody in Footweaver that'd like to volunteer to go with, and try it that way. We could go back to New Astoria and go that way. We could, in theory, cross the mountains, find the Archivist settlement, and see if we can't interest them in things.
I think.
Or we could go straight for it.
I think New Astoria would be less likely to kill us on sight once we've, hopefully helped salvage their expedition to destroy the Builder encampment. Just because, not all people are as tolerant, let's say, as the Weavers here seem to be, or understanding, I guess. So I think if you want to find higher tech gear, then maybe we go and find the Archivist. But otherwise, I'd be in favor of trying to see if we can take out the Builder encampment.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of lean that way too. And I have the tools and talents now to interface with machines, in theory.
At least on a basic level.
Yeah. And I've got the lenses. So Yeah, because I don't have. I'm assuming I don't get the starting Weaver character 6 pattern fragments.
No.
Okay,
Downside
yeah.
of leveling into one, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, the flip side of that is I now have the ability and technology and the lenses to find pattern fragments and go, that's what that is. Let me take that and put it on my storage device. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm good with going straight forward. I do wish there had been like climbing gear, but what were your new goals?
To climb the mountain, infiltrate the builder place, and figure out a way to destroy or damage the facility.
You know, very easy goals, you see.
Right.
Okay.
Trades.
Aha, I knew I had these. I'll just do that later. I have to format them to be playable.
Okay. Long goal. Now Weaver. I have the Weaver stuff, so. Can I think about my long-term goal and by next time have created a new one?
Yeah, I'll let that go.
That'll give me time to read over some things and kind of think, what would he do from here?
Probably something to do with saving the area or learning some secret in the thing.
No, that's true.
Make amends to New Astoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Make amends to New. I'm not calling it New Estonia. I'm naming it Astoria.
It's even on the page. It's spelled out and everything.
I know. Make amends to New Astoria. You just have one long-term goal at a time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll make amends to New Astoria will be a good one. And let's also for a shorter-term goal. Collect enough fragments to have a complete pattern. That's a good one. That'll be ongoing. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Yeah, okay. All my growth has been spent. 5 points. All that will refresh over time. So. Okay, relatively ready, I reckon. Aha, I knew I chose a character with safety glasses for a reason.
Because you're a nerd.
Oh,
These weaving lenses.
That too, I guess.
Okay. Moderately better at a couple things.
Somehow worse at many other things.
Yeah, well, such as the dice will have it. Hey, but things related to quickness now have a 50-50 chance of going my way.
nice.
Okay, let me get rid of these injuries. Delete. Done. Okay. All right, I think I'm good to go. If you are,
I am as well.
Aisha. Cool. Sorry for the delay.
It's okay. You lose 50 growth.
I'm in negative growth. I'm a baby.
So, what do? You are able to camp near Footweaver for a while, heal your injuries, learn some things, reflect upon what's happened in the last few days. The forest open, the weather wide, the
Don't
mist
suppose
still
they have
rolling
any-
all across the south.
Don't suppose they have any information about passes, paths, etc. into the mountains.
They will try their best to explain them to you. And that will be... It would be challenging, but they're able to share data slates with you, so it's actually... So you're able to use your display glasses to kind of... Your readers to go, oh, okay, I still have to read this map and figure out how to read things with these things. It's like, how do I zoom in? How do I... Oh, okay, I got it. Insight study.
Okay.
Insight study. Difficulty of 2.
I think I will spend 1 spirit. Yay! Just made it.
So if you're trying to get up into these mountains, because going up the mountains in general, there's always like the Santa Barbara mountain ridge extends all the way,
Right.
like range goes all the way down this continent. It even goes up off the map a little bit past the lowlands, and so it's insanely huge. The peak you're trying to get to here, like this area, there are a few ways. One is, so I wanted the center. It's like, you could try to follow along this ridge this way.
Mhm.
It's doable, but very difficult because a lot of the construction, like the ridge, and this isn't just, it's like, never mind what's there, like they don't know precisely, they know the facility's there, likely in the center, because that makes the most sense.
Right.
But somewhere here, and it's like, well, if you're trying to get there, the natural ridge line they know about this region, you can't just follow the ridge and get there, but it's probably, if you built anything there, you'd probably want to make it so mountain critters wouldn't be able to easily get to you, so you'd make either some sort of natural barricade. You'd either build at such a point where there's a natural barricade that you'd have to get past, or you'd build a fortification of some kind there.
Right.
But it's possible. Maybe they didn't do anything about it. The old maps they're aware of, there is a path that goes from Mondo Fanagas up the mountain for like hikers and stuff back in the day. And then there was a path that came up and down to here.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, what do they know about this area on
the broken
eastern
steps?
side? Yeah.
They don't know a whole lot other than what your average person would know about the Broken Steps in general. Because they're not... They mostly know... these weavers come from the Shining Coast, and they came over to Belalagos to study this. So they've never been past the Broken Steps, past the Sodabarca Mountains, and they haven't had need to because this is as far east as they ever really need to go before they retreat back west, to meet with the others. But it is. Oops. We're just there. Alright. So the Broken Steps largely were mountains that collapsed down into themselves into like basically one enormous piece of rocky land. It's very sparse, very cold, very hard to travel across. It's not really known to have a ton of settlements, but there are outposts there. They have heard of historically there was a scientific retreat by the Avarian resistance, like during the Builder War. They do know there's an archivist settlement out there somewhere. They don't know exactly where. Historically, they were supposedly destroyed, but they probably moved because there's lots of technological, historical value there. Right. They have heard rumors that there have been radio messages that have been coming out of a place known as the Lascio Archive, which is the big facility that was basically the forefront of the human resistance against the Builders.
Right.
But in general, Broken Steps is lots of open land, lots of rocky terrain.
Right. Okay.
With like the nearest like large city is they're aware of is Tri Sagasimo, and that's the major city. Which they don't know how many thralls are there, but big cities are usually pretty Waker heavy, but archivists might be there as well. Like they may be archivists, not a settlement, but archivists probably go there to some degree. But they are aware it's somewhere. Oops, I grabbed something I didn't mean to grab. It's somewhere out there because they see archivists coming in, so somebody's out there.
All right. Okay. So, of the three main routes this one, of course, obviously ends in a city we know about. I would say this one probably does the same thing. Goes down to a city or town. Even if it was, a route for repaired walkers or something, it just seems like there's probably a city there. And then there's this, which is probably fortified. And
they know there's no city there, but there's probably the remnants of a settlement or something. Because cities people know about. Like, that's why you'll see off the map there's like city. It's like those are hard for people not to know about because they're so huge.
Right. So some sort of settlement. Back in the day, it could have even been some sort of vacation destination where the hike up into the mountains.
Like a summit camp or something like that, or a football camp.
And of course, in theory, we could always
base camp.
Gale the mountain off of these main routes.
Oh, and the one pass, of course, is here at Footweaver. That gate, that passageway to the east, that leads straight up into the mountains. That's a pass they know about. So when they do research, they go up into the mountains to research the mist or any wakers they find or whatever, and then retreat back down because the terrain's really rough, so even wakers struggle to move around up there.
Okay.
It's hard to be snuck up on by them in the forest. Plus, it's good supplies. If they need metals or materials for their manufacturers, they're like, oh, we can just pop up there, grab some stuff, and come back down.
Yeah, so it seems like we could just get into the mountains here and try and follow a ridge, or go over here and go down and either assault various ways, or we can go through the pink mists and kind of the lowlands as much as possible and
Yeah.
get up into the mountains. I mean, it looks like these mountains, anyway, are clear of the mist, but we don't know about down here.
We probably, like, if the mist has something to do with what the builders are doing, we probably want to avoid it just because we don't know if the builders are using it as some sort of sensory surveillance system or something like that.
I will alert, because this is something even your character would know. The builders, as far as history is concerned, the builders have been defeated. They were all destroyed. That was
Yeah.
the ultimate goal of the Builder War 200 years ago.
Oh,
What
right.
remains is the Wakers and the
The
facilities.
Wakers, rather.
Right.
Yeah.
If the Weavers are right, the pink mist is industrial pollutants. It's waste from the processes of repairing the machines, the walkers.
Yeah. It also has the side
So-
effect, the knock-on effect of also influencing the neural net things. Like they are an influencer, but they only really influence through. They only influence the nanograms.
Yeah, but they don't. They can't plant new ones in us. So I mean, we have working respirators, so we can avoid the health effects of that. Going through the pink mist also risks attacked by directly controlled wakers of various sizes, and as we've seen, critters. Just as easily we might get over here and discover that the mist is also down through here. Like they said, that would make sense, but I mean, it's not necessarily. The mountains could theoretically be pretty much blocking it from going down the steps. I mean, quickest way is going to be probably going through the pink mist through the hills, or well, actually, more like, and then over, and then down. If we go that route, it'll take us really near the city, and we wound up doing swamp travel. We can go here and then get up into the mountains there, and then either do a direct climb or try and do here.
Yeah, I think
I will say, difficulty-wise, just so you know, if you're going through a pass without climbing gear,
Right.
it is somewhere between challenge. It's difficulty 3, difficulty 4,
Right.
depending on the route. If you're like a wholesale scaling somewhere where there isn't really a climbing path, like there's a known route, you basically would be doing 5. Because you
Right.
basically have to pathfind a way up the mountain.
Right. Now, the flip side of that is, as a tech level 2 thing, I can create climbing gear out of supply points pretty easily, and with
good.
my talent, I can disassemble it when the scene or whatever ends, and still get 1 supply point back. So I could make us climbing gear, and it's also possible that there's a settlement somewhere, and probably in theory we could find climbing gear and Lord knows what in Mondo Finnegas.
Oh yeah, because it's a major city.
Yeah.
People scavenge those places for a reason. The trick,
Yeah.
I will say, anything Mando Finnegas and south is Arctic. It's frozen. It's literally frozen over.
Yeah.
Except for like these areas, like if it's highlighted in blue, which the whole city is, then that's Arctic
Right.
territory. This lower area just is by trick of weather. It just happens to be a warm dip, but then it freezes. The cold spike just lances right into Mando Finnegas, which could be just weather or it could be some sort of technological failure.
Yeah.
No one's really made that clear in Bella Lagos.
Well, and there's always a possibility that somewhere there's a small settlement, or the frozen remains of previous parties that have usable pickaxes and whatever, climbing picks.
If there are any settlements, the Weavers would tell you that it'd be somewhere east of the mountain range, because the only settlement they're aware of is New Astoria. There could be one somewhere else in this region, but they don't know about it. Which mechanically means you'd have to, if you go into a hex, you'd have to spend a time searching for a settlement, because a settlement could be just a house, or it could be a major settlement that's actually like its own small city. Like your home areas are probably large settlements that you're from, whereas you basically are in the midst of two small settlements in the area. Which, if you're not from the area, it's not surprising you don't know where all the settlements are.
Yeah.
But the Weavers think there's more on this side than that side. But then again, they haven't. Weavers aren't known for being super gregarious and getting to know people.
Yeah.
Super explory.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think we probably want to avoid the city if we can.
Okay.
Just because I'd rather stay away from Wakers if we can.
Right. Where cities are always I mean, Maverick-wise, tendency is just to, go down and get straight to it.
Yeah, same.
Which would mean we go south, pick up that ridge line, and ultimately pick up the path past whatever there. I mean, Maverick-wise, from my side, I really want to go to the city. So, but, that's a whole different thing. So I might really want to come down that way.
The question becomes, which way do you go?
If you were coming for a direct line from New Astoria, you kind of come this way. So there may be another pass in here, or they might be going to the city and coming up through that, but that would be kind of odd. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, but most people generally want to stay the hell away from cities and or the ruins thereof.
I will give you insight plus study difficulty of 3. You're trying to puzzle out why they might do that.
Study difficulty of 3. Well, not sneak, study. Okay. Let's spend a couple. Oh, still have the ruler. So I'll spend 2 for 4. Hey, I know some things.
Generated 1. So, generally, yes. If you're like, some people will, if they're not city delving, it's better to stay in the wilderness. It's a lot safer. But if you know you're going to go Waker hunting, you would prep to go. You would avoid Wakers as much as possible. Like, you wouldn't go through the dense part of the city, like go through the city as much as you could. You'd go like somewhere like probably like this, and then briefly duck into the city. Maybe grab some supplies while you're there, or steal some stuff that might help you, and then zip up the mountain, up the pass. Or get a car even, or some sort of vehicle to get up the rest of the way. Like, it doesn't have to last for long, just anything. But yeah, they wouldn't go through, like, the heart of the city, or they wouldn't go through the long way, because that's just asking for problems. But if you know your way around cities, they definitely, that team must have Arctic gear, or at least they don't expect because
Right.
they're going up a mountain that's gonna be pretty cold anyway, and they're going into a city that's frozen over. So if they spend any time in the city, they probably very cold ascent. They probably stay lightly dressed until they get to there, and then they they make a base camp and then go. Oh, okay. Now we head up in cold weather gear, because staying in cold weather gear all the way here, you're gonna cook yourself. It's overkill for the terrain, unless it's winter and you wouldn't want to travel in winter if you could help it.
Right.
Yeah.
But depending on the season, they may have had to in past, but
That is a good point. We probably want some cold weather gear.
Yeah. That is wise. I agree.
So, equipment, I believe it's environmental gear is the generic, because I don't think they have cold, hot. They just have environment. No.
Like environment suits?
That's what I'm checking. Cause I don't think they make the distinction of hot, cold. They just make environment suits. But that may be wrong. I'm gonna double check. Steel suits, with air filters, and everything else. Oh, never mind. That's industrial heavy gear. Maybe it's under tools and equipment.
Exactly what I was looking for. Climbing gear.
Nothing explicit.
Right. I mean,
I would say you would basically get a better you would want protective clothing that's for the area, basically. Like you'd buy something local that is best for mountain climbing stuff. So either an environment suit would get you anywhere, because that's just sealed. But if you had like protective clothing on that's tech level 2 or 3, that's like, oh, okay, well this is protective clothing meant for cold weather, because you'd have protective clothing is for the region that you're traveling in. So if it's a hot area, it's probably fairly light. If it's very cold, then it's a lot heavier.
Okay. Do they have it? We better check that first.
Yeah.
And check for. What's that rarity? There it is. It's that column. Check for both TL2 and TL3.
TL2. Nope. TL3. Yes. Nuts.
Okay. I mean, I have 3 coin left, so I can buy 1 suit. Is there anything I can do while I'm here, maybe to earn some coin to help repair some things or something? I don't know. I mean,
well, consider she has a problem with wearing higher tech stuff.
Oh,
her tech limits too.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
So what?
That's gonna suck for me to have cold weather gear, but not you.
Yeah, that's where supply would come in. I think that's where you dig out your like cold weather cloak or a blanket.
Yeah.
It's like this is good enough for this scene.
Like as a dreamer, that's where buffalo that we killed and skinned, and she can make a buffalo coat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tan of skin.
Yeah. Okay. I think I will go ahead and get the cold weather. Just making notes. Cold weather / mountain protective.
You can notice from Footweaver, so that way we know regionally what we're talking about, because it's useful for the mountains and these nearby hills.
Okay. Protective. Clothing.
Footweaver.
But Weaver protected clothing, TL3. Noted. All right. Then screw it. Dead south. Pick up the ridge, and here we go. Are we going to try to take the horses until we just absolutely have to leave them? We're just going to leave the horses here and start right up in the mountains on foot.
I might suggest we take them as far as we can, maybe.
Okay.
The Weavers would point out to you that since those belong to they were lent to you by New Astoria, you want to be careful to lose those horses, because they're not yours to lose. If you leave them here, they'll take care of them, and they'll either bring them back to New Astoria, or you can bring them back, because they'll just hang on to them.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're leaving them somewhere, make sure you can get them back. Otherwise, even if you come back, you've just deprived them of 2 horses.
So yeah, let's. If we can get up in the known path here and hit that ridge line, great. Or let's get to where we can pick up that ridge line that ultimately leads to that known route.
Yeah.
How many days travel are we looking at?
Since you'd be moving on foot over pretty rough terrain.
Excuse me.
You'd be moving basically actually about a hex a day.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days? Yeah.
Approximately 8 days, assuming nothing slows you down any further.
Yeah, according to my calculations, we still have 16 days of rations, so that's at least there and back again to coin a book title. So, works for me. Foot Weaver, I can't believe you haven't solved this problem yet.
I was getting a lot of studying done, so it's not their problem. So you head up the mountain.
Yep.
See, zoom, so I can get the actual tag. Up the mountain. You no longer have horses.
Right.
Uh-oh. So, 2 of you are climbing up the mountain. And eventually, after a day's travel, you're able to get far and away from where the Weavers already were. Like where the normal gathering sites are and study sites are.
Right.
And you notice as you start wheeling south, it gets a lot more complicated a route to... Because you don't want to end up going this way by accident, like heading far east and then south.
Right.
You kind of want to go east and then southwest. It's like, well, how do we move southwest? It's like, well, Foot Weavers generally didn't have to do that. They just went east-east or east-north. And it's like, because they just kind of use this as a way to get up and back down again. Because this is just a resource tile as far as they're concerned.
Right.
And each of you... Well, actually, one leads, the other assists. Insight survival. Opposed as you are making your way through the mountains.
Dealing with a 12 on insight.
I've got a 9 on insight. So, but 4 on survival, so I've got a decent crit range, but you might want to lead and I'll assist.
Yeah, I've got Insight 12, Survive 2. So crit range is not great. Insight. Survive. It's opposed, so I'm going to spend at least 1 for 3 dice. Your assist maybe will. No, there's 3. Five.
Nice.
One. Gain 4
Yay,
momentum.
Hey.
momentum.
Yeah, max momentum.
Amidst the mountains, in the rock faces and crevices, you see the form of a mountain lion. But instead of its fur, its body is covered in overlapping plates, reminiscent of carapace or scales. And it seems to be very slowly, very carefully stalking you.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'll note that this is a peak point, so you actually have to go around this area. You can't go through it. That's actually not that big. I take that back. That's big. These are zones. So, in theory, you might be able to escape it, or you could face it down before it finds you out here.
What direction on this zone map are we trying to go?
You're trying to figure out if this zone, or this zone takes you southwest. Because
Okay.
for all you know, this goes that way, or this goes
Right.
that way. You're not sure. So one of these goes that way. Like one of these leads to a southerly bend. You just kind of like walk down the path a little bit and like, so which way do we? Oh crap!
Right. Okay.
That's a big kitty. It looks hungry.
What do you think our chances of getting away from it actually are? I don't know from mountain lions.
Insight survival. Difficulty of. I'll say the dreamer can get an easier roll here, diff 3, because dreamers are a lot more familiar with wildlife than archvists are.
Okay. I will assist.
Okay. I will spend a spirit for 1 extra die.
Okay.
Dang it.
You just don't know. Well, you could spend another spirit to reroll a die.
I will do that. I only get to roll 1, but it's safe.
You're just
No
not
idea.
familiar with these type of cats in Bella Lagos. You know your area pretty
I'm
well,
not
but you don't know
around
these
here.
ones. Yeah,
Well,
you've
I
heard
say we just try and-
You've heard of such creatures generically called prowl cats, but that's like a generic hand wave. Like if you see the carapace and the scales, that's probably a prowl cat. But what are the ones down here? Like you're not sure.
assuming this one isn't controlled like the bark was.
Let's hope.
I mean, I don't have any particular interest in having to kill this animal or drive it off unless we absolutely have to. So if we can try and just keep an eye on it, and then see if we can get away. Once we figure out which way we need to go. I mean, if we've got time for that, which who knows?
It does look like it's prowling towards you, so you'll have to find some way to evade its notice if you want to, unless you're going to blind run and hope one of the three paths is the correct way.
Okay, that's fair enough. Is there any scrub or, stunted trees, any kind of flora at this area?
For 2 momentum, sure.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. The handy dandy thing about a thermal staff or whatever it's called, thermal staff, yeah, is that in part it is literally designed to start fires.
Thermal is in the name, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's like it's that's why he carries it as much tool as weapon. So my idea is maybe dart a fire that would either, depending on the wind, kind of go towards it, or would put like fire and smoke between us and it. If that is theoretically possible.
It's there. Let me get you the difficulty real quick.
That's fine.
You. Well, actually, if anything, it'd be an opposed roll because you're doing a thing to get it to do something. Is more apt. Right. So what I should be looking for? What? Why am I being pinged? What? What is it? Oh, it's that thing. Okay. That's okay. That's cool to know, but I don't need to know that right now. It feels like insight, survive, opposed.
See a lot of those rolls coming up.
Yes, but why?
Yeah, I know,
right? Do you want to try that? Because I would roll for it first because it's defending.
Yeah, I'll try.
Two hits.
I was about to say, at least. Okay. Let me spend with spirit. Get 3 dice. I don't know. I think
You hit the target.
So, do I win or does it win?
Defender sets difficulty. That's why they have to roll first, because they set the difficulty so you know what you're rolling against. Just
what I needed.
So you set fire to where you are.
Huh. Like a smart man.
Which creates billowing smoke in its direction.
Very good.
You think that's bought you some time, because it probably can't smell you very good, and it can't see you very good.
Alright, let's see if we can't suss out the right path now.
Yeah, let's hope.
Which path do you try to investigate? Because you have to go over there. There are 3 zones.
I mean, we'd be lucky if it was this one, because that's further away from the critter.
Yeah, why don't we try that one first?
Okay.
All right. This is I'm gonna make this resolve survive because you're trying to focus on finding. Like, you can hear the thing prowling and growling. It's not happy about this smoke, and it clearly knew you were out here, and it knows that humans set fires. So now it's kind of ticked off, and you can hear it rumbling over there. It's like, if I don't hurry up and find the way out of here, that's an angry. That's
Right.
not only a hungry cat; it's an angry cat. This path is resolve survive, difficulty of Yamam. No, it's not daunting. It's not that hard. Under the conditions you're in, I would say this is fairly difficult for.
Resolve survived at 4. Okay. Well, I have an 8 on my resolve. What about you?
I have a 9. Your survive is better. You also have more
Yeah.
resources than I do at this point.
Yeah. Do we want me to lead
Yeah,
then? And
you-
I'll spend.
And I'll try to assist.
Perfect. I will spend 4 to spirit. 2 extra dice.
Assist mate, save this.
But it doesn't.
I will spend a spirit to reroll one of the ones that was not a success.
Okay.
Oh, Pete's sake.
Complication or threat?
Let's give him threat. Or give her a threat, sorry.
Yep.
Give the cat threat.
For 2 momentum, you have more time.
Let's do that.
Yes.
You can check another zone.
I am going to spend 1 momentum to get Acacia some to recover a spirit, and since I'm a supportive bond, instead of just recovering 1 for 1, she gets 2 for 1.
Oh, thank you.
As your adrenaline rush, you invoke her to be
Second
a little
wind.
more. Oh, second wind. You invoke her to push on, and she can do it. You believe in her. And
Yeah.
that helps her push on a little bit more.
You're a dreamer. You can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it.
Said inspire her, not give her
Alright.
cavities. Jesus.
So another
Resolve survive.
resolve.
Yeah. Resolve survive. Difficulty 4.
Alright, I will spend for 4 dice. Hopefully. Nope, the dice are not in my favor today.
You want to reroll
Don't
1
even-
or...
You need to get it with a 4 lower, and then you'd get. Yeah, I mean it's possible. You're not mathematically impossible, but it's.
Up to you. I'll go ahead and roll my assist.
Yeah.
You need
Alright,
1, 2,
I
3,
will
or
go
4.
ahead and reroll.
You'd have to hit a crit.
Fingers crossed. I mean, it's a 20% chance on a d20. The dice are not in my favor.
Close, but no cigar.
Very close. Oh, well, I guess we're fighting.
I guess so.
I guess we're fighting next time. For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And next time we'll see how they deal with a prowl cat who had to suck down some smoke and had to work for their food. Cats hate that. You all have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, let's just put our spirit down to 1 before the cat gets to us. Oh well, it's just
I was
1.
trying to avoid fighting it.
It's true. I mean, you know, it'll probably be okay, right? They'll figure it out.
No.
It's not a waker, so there's that. Yeah, I rolled to see a random encounter if you were gonna run something. I'm like, oh, I rolled like, what's the worst thing I could do to you other than just a waker? I'm like, Prowl Cat's pretty terrible. One thing you don't want to
I
be
still
doing
have-
while in the mountains is a mountain cat going, "Hi, friend." Aw, nuts. I can't outrun you. All I can hope is sneak away from you and hope you forget where I am.
Right. I mean, on the flip side, I do still have 11 supply points, and I can